long couple weeks for MetroRail riders. So a popular stretch is actually shutting down at the end of this week for safety improvements, and there won't be any service between two stations for those full 2 weeks. CapMetro doesn't have a choice, but riders we talked to say they didn't get much notice that this was going to be happening. Chris Davis joins us this morning, and he has a closer look at the work that CapMetro is going to be doing. Good morning, Chris.
Yeah, good morning, Amanda. We are starting our ride here this morning at the Leander station. All the people who ride this train to get to their jobs downtown or wherever it is, and here we go, a little bit of a jolt there. But all these people are going to have to find a different way to get to work over the next couple of weeks. And the reason CapMetro's actually put up these signs notifying people that service will be suspended here, and they're recommending that people take buses instead. The people that we talk to don't really mind that too much.
I mean, the 2 weeks that they're going to be doing construction, I think it's going to kind of stink a little bit. But I think for me as a commuter, I do it 3 times a week. It's not awful.
The internet on the bus is fine. I get to work and I can't complain.
Now, we also heard concerns, though, that riders didn't get a lot of notice about the closure. CapMetro has to shut down to install new equipment. It's part of the federally mandated positive train control system. That software can stop or slow down a train to prevent a crash. CapMetro says they couldn't give a lot of heads up about when they'd be shutting down because they didn't know until recently. They were waiting on the equipment to actually come in. And listen to this. When I talked to them yesterday, they said they hadn't gotten the written approval they need from the Federal Railroad Administration, or FRA, to go ahead with the work in just 2 days.
I've sat down and spoken with the 2 FRA inspectors who have reviewed our plan, who worked on the plan with us. They've okayed the plan. They have to send it to Washington to get us their approval and sent back. But they assure me that we will have that approval and we will not be delayed by them.
Lakeline. So here's the good news with all of this. CapMetro says it is increasing bus service from these 2 stations, Leander to Lakeline, to get people downtown so that all the people who typically ride the train have another way to get to work over the next couple of weeks. And if you happen to have a MetroRail card, that also is good for the buses. We'll send it back to you.
All right, nice stuff there, Chris. Enjoy the ride. Now, Chris gave you the good news. I have to bring the bad news your way. We asked CapMetro about the rest of the track and those positive train control improvements. They told us once they finish this work between Lakeline and Leander, they still have 3 sections of the MetroRail track to complete. They expect to shut those down one at a time over the next couple years once they finish the tests on this section.
All right, Amanda, thank you very much. Well, we wanted to give you a little bit of a background about this positive train control system. Basically, it's a way for the trains themselves to communicate with the tracks that they're on.
That's a good thing. Software can automatically slow the train down if it's going too fast for a curve up ahead. It can stop trains that are headed toward one another. It cannot stop crashes caused by cars or people on the tracks, and it cannot prevent equipment failures. All of it, if it sounds familiar, well, there were a couple of recent major crashes that could have been prevented, officials say, by this system. Last December, 3 people died when a train derailed outside of Seattle. The train was going 80 miles per hour in a 30-mile-per-hour zone. And Amtrak's president said positive train control could have stopped it. 3 years ago, this was Philadelphia. A train going more than twice the speed limit derailed, killing 8 people. Investigators say positive train control, too, could have slowed this one down.
We also found that CapMetro is lagging way behind others in implementing the positive train control. The last federal report from the Federal Railroad Administration back in March found that major railroads are between 90 and 100% done installing all of this. CapMetro, 0%. Only one other rail line in the U.S. is at 0%. That's the Trinity Railways between Fort Worth and Dallas, operated by the Dallas Area Rapid Transit.